Dinner for shoes, please.
Hello, and welcome to an episode of Dinner for Shoes where you can't see me. We will talk about the outfit behind the shoes very, very early on, but we're going to the movies today. I've been wanting to record this episode for so long. The episode is going to be about my favorite movie outfits ever. And this isn't just like the most stylish people we've ever seen in movies where it's like, oh, of course, like Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's is so stylish. No, it's outfits that have stuck with me that I've tried to recreate that have like come to define my style, specific outfits. And we're going to go through all of them. But let's start with the outfit behind the shoes. So my outfit today is an ode to Penny Lane, and she is the first character that we're going to talk about. You probably know, everyone knows that Kate Hudson played Penny Lane in Almost Famous, and this outfit is very boho. And the reason why we chose a boho outfit and we're going here is because Golden West has sponsored today's episode of Dinner for Shoes. They make incredible cowboy boots. They have an incredible story, so we're going to talk about them. But first, these are them. They have a butterfly on the front and the back. And if you know me, you know that I have butterfly tattoos. I had to check what hand. Butterfly tattoos on my left hand. And I'm actually wearing butterfly earrings today. We'll talk about that in a second because I'm only wearing one earring. I'm wearing butterfly earring today as a nod to these boots. They are so cool. They're very comfortable. They smell really effing good. And I'm gonna put them down on the ground so that you guys can see me now, but they are awesome. And yeah, actually I'm gonna put them on because I feel like I'll just feel cooler if I'm wearing them. The rest of the look is by Zara. I really tried to pay ode to Penny Lane's, her specific outfit that I'm obsessed with, that it sticks in my mind, that I think I've actually recreated a few other times in my life. So we'll talk about that. I'm also wearing this Zara choker, which I got for Lollapalooza, and I'm wearing it really tight. And this is actually, while it is very boho friendly and it's kind of a nod to Penny Lane, it's also a nod to another famous look that I'm going to talk about from Pulp Fiction. Mia Wallace wears a very tight pendant choker necklace. And this is like the boho version of that, but still, I was thinking about it when I was gathering pictures. I'm wearing my engagement ring. Always be worried if for some reason I don't say that. Or honestly, knowing me, it just might be that I forgot to grab it. I'm wearing boob tape by I Don't Know. And my earring situation is that I lost one of my butterfly earrings, but I have another one that's about the same size and it's a UFO. And I've worn it before on the pod when we've talked about Nick because Nick loves aliens. So whenever I wear my butterfly little hoop now, I wear my UFO hoop. And I also just feel like UFO could also be like, we're going to the movies, like Alien, even though that we're not going to talk about that movie today. Okay, now what else do we have going on here? I can't wait to get to the food. The food is a food that I've never tried before, and I'm sure you already know what it is. But yeah, we'll try it in a sec. It's a specific type. And I have a Diet Coke because sorry, mom. Diet Coke is so refreshing at the movies. Like when you go to the movies, if you don't get a Diet Coke, I don't want to be your friend. And I put my Whims in it today, which is a pocket tonic. This is not an ad, but I do really like them. One of them must be broken because it's dripping on me. They have 4 milligrams of THC and 4 milligrams of CBD. Really perfect for going to the movies, honestly. And they come in different flavors. So in a little pack, you get an unflavored, a lemon basil, and then mine's like a ginger lime that actually tastes really good with Diet Coke. I was gonna do unflavored because that's what a normal person would do, but I didn't because I'm me. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the boots, about Golden West, the sponsor of today's episode. So, first of all, the brand was founded by country music star Lainey Wilson in 2025. So, they are a brand new brand. So, you've heard it here first, right? They create handcrafted, high quality boots and they blend timeless craftsmanship with fashion forward design. So when you go on their site, first of all, I just think it's a really beautiful site. They only have a few styles right now, but they're incredible styles. They're statement making. So they're not styles for the faint of heart, I would say. I personally think when you're buying a pair of cowboy boots, because cowboy boots are such a unique item to own, you should choose a pair that like speaks to your personality and who you are. And I think Golden West obviously makes that possible. There's a lot of like unexpected stylists stylish twists that you'll see incorporated into all of the boots. And what's really cool is that even though the brand was founded by Lainey, who is a multi-award winning singing actress and storyteller, she founded this brand with creative director Michael Petrie. And Michael has worked for Fry, which I think a lot of people know Fry is an iconic Western boot brand that goes way back. Ralph Lauren, again, another classic Americana brand, Tumi, Prada, and Adidas. So these are all like incredible brands that he has on his resume. And it goes without saying that the quality is there when it comes to Golden West, too. Lainey sent us a quote that says, I love wearing them on the farm and I can even wear them when performing. So for her, they're both part of her costume and part of her everyday. It's not a collaboration, even though they're both kind of co-founder creative directors. The Forget Me Not is what this specific pair is called. And spoiler, you're going to find out about this if you follow us on Instagram. If you don't, go do that. We're going to be giving away a pair of these exact boots, which is awesome. So the Forget-Me-Nots, and they're inspired by the Forget-Me-Not flower, which is known for attracting butterflies, hence the butterfly motif on them. Because Lainey is very into telling stories and like being such a storyteller in her music and in life, she names a lot of her boots after wildflowers because of her childhood, and butterflies are also a nod to her story. Well, Lainey, we have that in common. And yeah, so that is Golden West. I think we'll talk through some of my favorite outfits in movies and we'll get going on that. And I gathered 10, and when we're through 5, I'm gonna get the snack because I'm hungry. He and Trish are staring at me from the counter instead of coming over here. Why don't you come over here and be part of this? Do you not have any favorite outfits in movies? Trish is very scared of the TV. I will say, but Kit loves to watch movies and TV. So I'm surprised that Kit doesn't have any favorites she wants to talk about today, but we'll see if that changes as time goes on. All right, let's just talk about Penny Lane a little bit. In doing my research and talking about the specific outfits that I gathered here, I learned a lot. This is like a funny story that I won't have a funny story about every single outfit I'm about to say. Some I'm just obsessed with. But with Penny Lane and Almost Famous, this movie came out. When did it come out? 2000. And in 2000, I guess my mom felt like I was allowed to watch the Titanic scene when they're having sex in the back of the car, but I wasn't allowed to see Almost Famous in theaters. I don't know. And my mom got mad at my dad one day, which like didn't happen often, but when my mom got mad and there was like a fight in the house, she would just like go out on her own and go to the movie theater and see a movie. And she'd be like, I'm leaving to like go see a movie. And then she would come back. And I remember she did that. She probably doesn't remember that, but with Almost Famous. And I was so jealous because I thought Kate Hudson was so beautiful and like I wanted to go see the movie, but like it was rated R or whatever, probably PG-13. I don't even know. It had to have been rated R. I still can't see R-rated movies, but no, I was very jealous. And this, if you don't know about Almost Famous, is a autobiographical film by Cameron Crowe. It follows a teenage journalist who goes on tour with a rock band. Kate Hudson plays Penny Lane, who is like the groupie. And the film's costume designer is Betsy Hyman. She actually worked on Pulp Fiction, which I already teased that we're going to talk about, Reservoir Dogs. So she's a Tarantino costume designer and more. And she created almost all of the costumes from scratch, except for the Levi's jeans. Of course, you have to have a classic pair of Levi's in a movie like this that's all about the 70s, right? And while the outfit I'm talking about today is her little crop top with embroidery, a little mini skirt, and a really great pair of Western boots with a tie up, which these don't have, I felt like I really was emulating that vibe. I have worn an outfit similar to this when I was in like middle school. I remember getting a floaty boho top like this. It was short sleeves and it was from Urban Outfitters and it had embroidery. And I felt so cool when I was wearing it. And I wore it with this like pair of high-waisted denim shorts. And I felt very boho, very cool. Whenever boho comes back around and is a trend, I always tap in. And I remember that. And I always just kind of like thought about Penny Lane when I wore that outfit. So it definitely sticks with me, but the standout piece from that movie was Penny Lane's, obviously, shearling trimmed coat, which has gone down in history as like iconic. And Betsy Hyman, the costume director, called it like armor for Penny, which is really cool. And she wanted the coat to express strength, protection, and persona. It's had a long-lasting cultural impact. It continues to inspire contemporary designers, fashion revivals, especially when it comes to like boho and rock. The next outfit that I'm going to talk about is interesting because it's probably not the outfit that you expect me to name when I talk about Alice Chambers in Don't Worry, Darling. Florence Pugh plays her. I think Florence Pugh like stole my heart in this movie. I mean, Harry too, but like naturally. But Florence Pugh was so good as Alice. And when the movie starts, first of all, the costume design is absolutely incredible. It's directed by Olivia Wilde. If you haven't seen it, you should absolutely see it. The costumes were designed by Ariane Phillips, who I've actually interviewed for other projects that she's worked on. She's an incredible costume designer, and it's a psychological thriller, the movie itself. It starts off with a lot of like seemingly perfect 1950s-esque wardrobes, really beautiful colors. The utopian town is called Victory, and everyone there is like super, super stylish and just like your ideal well-off 1950s households. But as time goes on, like Alice, who's starting to realize what's going on, and I won't like give spoilers, but her wardrobe gets a little bit darker. And my favorite look comes at the end when Alice is starting to really discover like what's going on and the plot line is starting to unfold. And it's this black dress that she pairs with this like perfect geometrically shaped like cranberry bag and these drop earrings that are like these fruit earrings, really beautiful flats. She ends up running in it, and it's just this whole montage of a scene. Hello, thank you for joining. It's this whole montage of a scene that was really, really stunning to me. And it contrasted with the rest of her wardrobe in the movie. And it shows like now she's wearing black, she means business. And that outfit just really stuck with me. And some of these outfits, by the way, I have written about for Pop Sugar. And I think that was one of them. So that is Alice. Now, I did say we were going to talk about Pulp Fiction. So Mia Wallace in Pulp Fiction is played by Uma Thurman, a Tarantino film. Quentin Tarantino is probably like one of my favorite directors. So I really love watching all of those movies. And I do think that the costume design is always really great. But this movie, again, the costume designer was Betsy Hyman. And she, in the scene when John Travolta and Uma Thurman are dancing, Marcellus Wallace and Mia Wallace, she wears like this like white button down. And it has oversized cuffs, an exaggerated collar. It's very crisp. And then she's wearing like black cropped flares, and she takes off her Chanel flats to dance. And I just love that outfit. It's the iconic one that everyone wears on Halloween, but then the one for the movie poster where she's laying in the bed wearing the choker was my nod there. But I really like Uma Thurman wearing effortless clothes. So like pretty much the opposite of Kill Bill. But I just really, really always think about that outfit. I always like it. I really like a pair of like cropped pedal pushers that have that flair. And I think it's probably just because I've always been into like 70s styles and stuff like that. So what else did I gather here? The gold Chanel ballet flats are removed when they're on the dance floor. Excuse me. Are you okay? You're actually the exact color palette of the outfit that we're talking about right now. So welcome to the party. That was very good timing, Kit. And Hyman referred to Mia as a female reservoir dog, wanting her look to fit visually into Tarantino's stylized world of criminal cool, but with a femme fatale twist. So really, really love that. We're going to take a complete 180 now and talk about Allie Hamilton in The Notebook, played by Rachel McAdams. And I actually recently, this is like my most recent add to my list of favorite outfits ever in movies. I was talking to my best friend Isabel about The Notebook, because Isabel's a total romantic, and she like sent me some montage or like edit that was on TikTok or something. And don't go on the computer. We're recording. Trish, come back. Come here. Oh, I love it when she listens to me. It's like the best. Like she probably thought I had food, but no. Hi. Hello. Wow, they're really being cute today. Great, because movies are cute and cozy, and that's the episode. No, but so Rachel McAdams plays Allie, and she wears the red and white striped bikini on the beach. I call it the "if you're a bird, I'm a bird" bikini, because what else would it be called? And when I did some research, I found out that the film's costume designer, Karen Wagner, built about 90% of the wardrobe herself, mixing vintage pieces and custom designs. She sometimes rented or sourced vintage swimsuits to make some of the looks, and she really wanted to like retain that authenticity of the era. So Allie's wardrobe and the swimsuit specifically were used to reflect class, youth, and romantic idealism. If you remember correctly, you remember she's wearing it with like the red matching headband. It's literally perfect. Her swimwear silhouettes were super feminine. They were modest and they felt appropriate, yet like emotionally deep, which is exactly what that movie stands for. Let's do one more and then we'll go grab some popcorn. Okay, so the next is Dion Davenport in Clueless, played by Stacey Dash. You probably think that I'm thinking, like I'm telling you, it's weird outfits that stick with me because it's not her plaid set that she wears when Cher is wearing her yellow plaid set. As iconic as that outfit is, and I love a classic mix of black, white, and red because everyone knows black, white, and red will always forever be a great combination. The outfit that sticks with me, and the one that will always kind of remind me as like Miu Miu-esque, is the red velvet dress with the bell sleeves, the Mary Janes, the white knee socks. I think that outfit is so cool. If the wrong person is wearing that outfit, it could come across as like pirate-esque, but not on Dion. That look is iconic. I think it is super, super cool. Mona May was the costume designer, and she blended runway inspiration, thrifted finds, and custom tailoring for all of the characters in Clueless. Dion's looks specifically were designed to be more daring and experimental than Cher's, and I think that's accurate. That tracks. I don't think Cher would have worn like a velvet dress perfectly pulling like the white sleeves out from underneath with the white knee socks and the Mary Janes. I just don't think her computer would have put that outfit together for her. But Dion did it. She flocked to shorter skirts, bold colors, leopard prints, vinyl, the Mary Janes, striking accessories like her signature hats, which was part of the plaid outfit, to underscore her confident edge. So that's Dion for ya. Let's go get popcorn because I need to try it. Okay, we got some popcorn. This is from Trader Joe's. Trish does not give a shit what it is. She like hears a noise and she's like, food. Let me take a sip. Okay. Man, that's so good with the ginger lime. I love that. Did I say lemon ginger before? It's ginger lime. This is Trader Joe's maple flavored sea salt kettle popcorn. So it's not your classic butter movie popcorn, but it is October. Will it be October when this episode airs? Yes, it will be October. It is October. And we need to try all of the goodies from Trader Joe's that are seasonal. On top of that, honestly, my physical therapist told me to go check out Trader Joe's, like very good fall leaning, specifically the apple cider donuts, but they ran out of those. So I tried these. I tried this. I was like, oh, I'm recording a movie episode. This will be perfect. So let's try it. I'm probably going to end up eating this entire bag tonight, but it is what it is. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Okay, maybe. Don't you love it when that works? And it's like probably bad for your teeth, but you love it. I know what you're thinking, and the bottom of the boots did touch the area where this popcorn is right now, but I promise I'm not going to eat from the area that's touching. Do you really want popcorn? Like, I just find that hard to believe. I'm actually going to give you a piece and see if you eat it. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's try it. Ooh, that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. Because even though it's sweet, it is also salty. And everyone knows like you need to have sort of a salty back taste to sweet popcorn, kettle corn. But this one strikes a very good balance. Like this tastes like butter. Okay. For anyone interested that has a Trader Joe's near them, this tastes like butter popcorn that then got turned into caramel popcorn. It doesn't taste like kettle corn popcorn, which in my opinion is better. It's really, really delicious. Okay, let's keep going now because I need to talk about Carrie Bradshaw, which obviously you knew she was going to make this. And there are so many Carrie outfits to choose from. And I could have chosen so many, but the one that actually sticks with me the most is the one with her Roger belt. This I did write about for Pop Sugar because I love this belt. She re-wore it. Um, the first time she ever wore it is the outfit that sticks with me. It's in the movie, in the Sex and the City movie, when she's on the phone with Samantha and she has her little pink flip phone and she's wearing the pink mini dress and the dress is belted and she's wearing the pearl strands with the heels and she's shopping and it's just so iconic. And I don't even probably need to tell you that Patricia Field is the costume designer of Sex and the City. And just like that, she brings the belt back, which is really, really cool. But she also wears it, and this over a green outfit for the Sex and the City movie, the second one, I believe. And that one is so cool because she's wearing this like contrast cape coat with it, and it's so chic. It's 80s leaning, but it's so Carrie and modern at the same time and fresh. And I just love that outfit. The next one is hilarious and like a throwback, but this is probably one of the first outfits in movies that I ever got obsessed with. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. And the proof is, and I'm sure my mom will remember this if she's watching it, which I don't know if she gets this deep into the Dinner for Shoes episodes these days, but I definitely made my mom try to help me find jeans like this. Um, Madison and Alex Stewart in Holiday in the Sun. First of all, me and my sister loved this movie. My dad, when we went on road trips, used to take a mini TV and somehow get it hooked up in his big van, and he would like strap it in, and we would always watch Holiday in the Sun. And I like remember specific types of foods that I ate while watching Holiday in the Sun. I've seen it so many times, and this summer I want Jordan. And she like does something with her tongue. Megan Fox, iconic, okay? But Madison and Alex like wore the coolest jeans in the end scene when they're on the yacht. They were dark wash, they were low rise, which is like coming back now and cool. And they were like bell bottom flares and they wore them with black tops. And like Madison wore one type of top, like a tube top, and like Alex wore the halter or vice versa. If I knew who wore which top, oh preach. Like I could never, I would never know. I don't even know whether Ashley or Mary Kate played Madison and Alex, but either way, their outfits in those films were actually a mix of off-the-rack pieces, youth or teen fashion lines, and custom tweaks rather than high fashion. Now look at Mary Kate and Ashley in the fucking row, but in the fucking row. I don't know if anyone in fashion has ever called the row the fucking row, but okay. The film credit does list Carla Stevens and Julia Ashton Barson as the costume designer, so I had to call that out. Okay. That's that. Now this next one, so good. And when I hold on to a look that was in a black and white movie, you know it's good. Marie and Malcolm and Marie, played by Zendaya. Law Roach styled this film. Styling a film for black and white is such a talent. Law calls himself an image architect. I've also met Law a couple of times, and he's just like such a cool person and like a visionary person in fashion. So he collaborated with stylist and designer Jason Rembert and the label Aliette to create the custom metallic halter neck gown for Marie. And she wears it with tights in this movie, and it looks so chic and cool. And if you've never worn a dress with a slit with tights before, you will want to when seeing this movie. Because the film was black and white, Law picked a fabric that could catch the light and move beautifully on camera in just the right ways. And this Aliette dress completely does. It's so beautiful. And of course, if you know the way that the film is shot, you really follow her in this dress for most of the film. She does change into like a white tank top, which I also think is cool with like underwear. But this dress, the whole movie's about this dress. To me, anyway. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. The next one is one that I actually have recreated for Halloween. Edie Sedgwick. Edie Sedgwick, I was her for Halloween, but Sienna Miller plays her in Factory Girl, an iconic movie. We'll watch it forever and always. I really, really love that movie. Oh. All right. The costume designer for Factory Girl was John Dunn. I created this look, like I said, for Halloween when I was in college. So here's a picture of me standing on my bed, recreating the classic Edie Sedgwick look. The tights and the sweater, like who else, aside from Edie Sedgwick and Sienna Miller, certainly not me, since I couldn't even just wear the sweater. I had to wear like a tunic. But I mean, it had Andy Warhol pop art on it, so that was my excuse. But who else could make this outfit look that good? Okay, so Dunn used a lot of vintage sourcing and archival pieces to recreate Edie's real wardrobe. He tried to match the feel, texture, and daring nature of her 60s style. I always say that if I was gonna go back to any decade, it would be the 60s, and that is still true. And so much of the reason is because of Edie Sedgwick's wardrobe. I would have just taken her wardrobe and like sized it up a bit, and I'd be at the studio. Like that, okay, cool, right? Some pieces were reportedly original or close replicas to things that Edie actually wore herself, which is really cool. And my final outfit is also, like, when you think of this movie, probably not the outfit that you think of, but Vivian Ward in Pretty Woman. It is not the outfit that everyone wears for Halloween. It is the polka dot outfit. And that's not just because polka dots are in right now and I love polka dots. That outfit is really cool. And most people, when they think of like an iconic black and white polka dot, go back. Most people, when they think of a polka dot outfit, probably think of something black and white. But the fact that this is a brown and white polka dot dress and is so modest and chic, and the way Julia Roberts wears it is stunning. Like, will go down in history. Pretty Woman was a 1990 rom-com. If you don't know, who wouldn't know? And the costume designer was Marilyn Vance. And Marilyn created nearly all of Vivian's wardrobe to chart her character arc, which, if you know the movie, you know that her character literally goes from a hooker with a heart of gold to like who she is at the end of the movie. From streetwear to this like elegant wardrobe, right? The brown polka dot dress, which was paired with white gloves, if you remember correctly, a sun hat and a cinch waist, everything was super matchy-matchy, is one of Vivian's signature derby polo match looks. It's been referenced repeatedly as an iconic style moment in the film. And Vance actually, this is interesting, crawled around in the basement of Beverly Silks and Woolens to find the exact polka dot fabric that became that dress, because she wanted something very, very specific for the scene. And Julia Roberts herself has even said she made the polka dot dress that I wore to the polo match. So it was clearly an iconic moment for them when they filmed that movie. And really, that movie, instead of buying off the rack pieces, Vance's team pretty much made everything from scratch. So I love a movie like that where there's a really talented costume designer behind the scenes. And yeah, those are my favorite outfits in movies. I'm so glad that this episode could be sponsored by Golden West and I could wear these incredible cowboy boots that smell so good, almost as good as the maple popcorn. I'm probably gonna watch one of those movies now, so I'll see you later. Bye.